But yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if you could just, like, instead of taking the full day off, just take the half day off, it'd be better.
Right. All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Memorial Day. It's Monday. We're going to keep the lights on today, even though we got the LEDs in the background, just because it's a little bit more of a relaxed day. It is a holiday, and a lot of folks take this opportunity to relax, spend time with their family. I'll still do that, but the way I see it is, it's a holiday that someone fought hard to give me the right to do with it as I wish. And what I'd like to do is, take advantage of the fact that I live in a free country and I can go to work and I can help people today. So the way I see it, I celebrate the holiday by continuing to work, continuing to grind, putting time into my business because that's my right. Somebody fought hard for it, so I'm gonna keep it going. So, yeah, man. So today, like I said, a little bit laid back. We got some leads to follow up with. Today is Memorial Day, so I do try to be somewhat respectful of the people that we reach out to. Just, if they get on to me about like, hey, it's Monday, it's a holiday, I don't want to have a business conversation, that's okay. And what were you asking Ollie about sub 2?
Oh, okay. So we're talking about foreclosures.
Yep.
And how when somebody's foreclosed, it means they haven't paid their loan in a while.
It means they defaulted.
They
defaulted.
Yeah.
Most
too many times.
Yeah, most of the time default is failure to pay.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a bunch of different ways that people can default. If you fail to keep insurance on your property when you have a mortgage, that's considered default.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You can get foreclosed on for that. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. If you don't properly insure the collateral that your bank has a loan against, they'll take it from you.
And we're talking about, because foreclosures are public information, and we can reach out to these people.
Yep.
And, as our business, try to make them an offer to where we can,
correct,
try to help them out.
Right.
As best as possible.
Yep.
Help them out, help them, so help us help you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we want to be able to, go in there and say like, hey, look, I understand you're going through something, but we're here to help either way. So, whether you're looking to, whether you're looking to just cash out, whether you're looking to get into a position where you no longer have this foreclosure hanging over you. Most of the time, people that are getting into foreclosure, it's not their first time. If it is their first time, normally there are solutions that we can point them towards to where they don't lose the house, they don't have to sell it. But generally they're Band-Aids, right? So like someone who is in pre-foreclosure, meaning the bank's already noted the default, they've issued an appointment of substitute trustee, they've scheduled a sale date, meaning they're on their way, to the auction block. Those people, if it's their first time, they can do what's called a loan modification. They could technically refinance. They could pay their past due balance and catch up the note. There's a bunch of different that they could ask for a forbearance if it's just like, hey, I'm just going through a rough spot, got a new job, waiting on a bonus, got money coming in, whatever it is, they can do a forbearance, which again we're careful about. People got real quick with the forbearances during COVID. Forbearance is basically just like, hey, give me a period of time where I don't have to make my payments, and then when that forbearance time is up, we'll get all caught up. It's typically just kicking a can down the road. So you have to be financially responsible. If you're going to do something like that, you have to have the ability to get it caught up. But here's one of our deals. Good morning, Donnie. How are you doing? I'm good, man. I'm good. Happy Memorial Day. Sorry to bug you on a holiday, but just wanted to touch base with you. And I got word from Kathy yesterday that they are out of the property.
Yeah, she sent me a text late yesterday, and I didn't want to bother you till today. So
sure, I appreciate that.
She said, her text wasn't real. She's a little upset, but
I understand, and it's never fun, but from y'all's perspective, you just kind of have to look at it as they got a good situation for a really long time, longer than most people got. Y'all were nice to not jump the rents on them too high over the last few years, while everybody else was getting their rent pretty heavily increased. So. The problem we run into with folks like that is, sometimes when they're in a sweet situation, they don't save appropriately relative to their sweet situation.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. Either way, you guys had to do what's right for y'all, make the right business decision for y'all and your family. So I didn't see that Lisa signed the extension.
She said she actually signed it before me. She said.
Oh, well, let me check. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, because as soon as I got done with talk to you on Friday.
Oh, you're right.
Day it was.
Yeah, she sure
Yeah,
did.
Lisa called me and she goes, "What's this about the trailer?" I said, "It's just an extension."
Yep.
So she signed it.
Okay, perfect.
And then Kathy did say they left some stuff in there because they didn't have anywhere to put it.
That's okay. Yeah, that's common. We'll take care of that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get with my financial partner first thing tomorrow. She's not working today, so I'll touch base with her in the morning, and I'll let the title company know that we're good to close this week if y'all are.
Yeah, we're good. And then she said the key was on the counter and the back door was unlocked.
Okay, that was gonna be my next question. She didn't tell me that the back door was unlocked, so I wasn't sure how I was.
That's what she said.
Okay.
Now, if I remember right, there's a sliding door,
Yep.
back door, and a front door.
Okay.
So one of those should be unlocked, and I don't know if you want to get them rekeyed, or I don't know how many keys she ever had.
Yeah.
I don't know any of that.
We'll probably get it rekeyed.
I know at one point I went out there and rekeyed everything the same, including the sliding door.
Okay.
So, but that's been 15 years ago probably. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead. We typically, just as a standard of practice, we'll go ahead and get it rekeyed as soon as the people vacate, just in case.
Yeah.
Never know who got a copy of the key in between now and the last time you rekeyed it. So, so with that said, I just wanted to make sure you guys were good to close this week. I'll get with the title company first thing in the morning, and we'll get this thing all closed out.
Okay, man, that sounds good. I appreciate the call, and have a good rest of the weekend.
You too, brother. I appreciate you. Have a good one.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Gotta love the clear to closes, man. That's a good one. That is a good one. So we'll be closing that deal probably day after tomorrow. That's who Ashley was that I was calling. She's the lender on this deal. So call her and see if she's good to close it. I think she's been good for a little while. So now I got to call and get insurance.
Do you should just get a buyer signature?
Yeah, we'll have to send somebody up. They're in Oklahoma, so we'll have to send somebody up to them to get their docs closed.
They're in Oklahoma. Oh yeah, you can't do it without DocuSign.
No, we got to send a notary up there.
Hello.
Good morning, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm great. Hold on, let me pick up my phone and my watch.
You're good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, bud. How are you?
I'm good, man. What do y'all have going on today?
I'm making a brisket, and we got
Nice.
my family coming over. My sister's in town from Toronto. So,
America.
America, exactly.
I love it, man. I love it. Okay, well, I don't know. Did I ever send you this deal that I'm buying on Raintree in Alvarado?
I don't think so.
Okay, it's manufactured on an acre. We'll be closing it this week, and I'll need a builder's risk on it.
Okay, what are you buying it for?
67.5.
Oh, okay. Good for you.
Thanks, man.
What's the land worth?
The whole thing right now, as is probably worth about 150, 160.
Okay.
So we'll probably just turn around and put it right back on the market.
Not doing much building at all?
Cleaning it out and a little bit of work to the skirt because the skirt fell off. So just get a little bit of cleaning up.
Listing it for 150 or like 130?
I'll probably list it at like 175, honestly.
Wow.
The next door neighbor just sold his for 210, dressed up a little prettier than mine. Not too much prettier, but I'm gonna go walk it later today and get a locksmith out there to change up the locks because the tenants just moved out, and I'm not 100% positive what kind of condition they left it in. They weren't too crazy to be leaving, but they've also been living there for like $900 a month for like the last 20 years. So they had a nice little deal going on there. So
Yeah, for sure. Then for sure we can get that done tomorrow.
Cool.
If you want to email me or email me and Donda or just Donda, that'll be the quickest way that we'll get it done before noon.
Okay, cool. I always forget. What's your Allstate email?
It's just my name, ZaidGN@allstate.com.
Okay.
Do you have Donda's?
Let me see if she comes
Should
up.
pop
Yep.
up.
Yep.
Okay.
And then what do you need? Just the address?
Yeah, exactly. Just say it's a manufactured home too, so she knows.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Cool,
Manufactured
cool.
homes. Do you know what year the home was built? It sounds like old, right?
It's not too old. I think it's 2000.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad at all.
No, I can tell you right now though. Hold on, take me 2 seconds. You guys doing any swimming today?
Yeah, we're in the pool right now.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Oh, I'm sorry to pull you out of the pool. My bad.
No, I'm not in it. Just Olivia and her cousin.
Nice.
No, I just put the brisket on. Hopefully.
Ooh, y'all gonna be eating late.
Yeah, right? I mean, 8 hours should be good.
Yeah.
9 hours. So
Yeah.
5, 6 o'clock.
It's 97.
Built in 97?
Yep.
Okay. So 26 years old. Yeah, it's getting up there, but that should still be okay.
Should be.
So we canceled the other policy, and you should be getting a refund check.
Cool.
Hopefully.
Okay, I like refund checks.
Good. Let me know if there's any problems or if you don't get it in the next 10, 14 days.
Cool. Which one was that one for Gatehouse?
Red Oak.
Red Oak. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, brother. I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your holiday. I'll let you get back to it.
Awesome. Thank you. Y'all too.
All right,
Take it
buddy.
easy, bud.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye. Somebody just called me 3 times, so let's call them back. Let's see what they got going on.
That's who I really want to talk to.
They really wanted to talk to me. Hello?
Yes.
Yes, this is Chris. I just missed your call.
Do what?
I just missed a call from you.
Okay. Hello?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can now.
How can I help you?
I don't know. I was looking for some property in a mobile home.
Okay, tell me what you're looking for.
I'm looking for one around close to 100,000, in Granbury area, if you have it.
Okay, there's not a ton of those. I just had one that I just sold. What kind of financing are you getting? Are you planning on buying cash?
Plenty of cash.
Cash. Okay. You said you're looking for around 100.
Yeah, or below it, time I pay a realtor or whatever I gotta do.
Yeah, no. On the buyer side, you won't pay anything. I've got a couple deals like that I'm working on right now. This is my cell phone number. If you want to text me your name and your email address, I'll send you over some addresses to look at, and we'll see if we can get you all set up.
Okay.
Does that work? And what was your name?
You want me to do that?
Yeah.
Joe Strickland?
Joe Strickland. Okay. Yeah, that works great. Yeah, go ahead and send me over your name and your email, and we'll get you set up.
Email. Okay, what's the email?
Okay, we're gonna text it over to him now.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Joe.
All right, man. You
All
too.
right. Yes, sir. Bye-bye. Love it.
Oh, okay. That was random.
Leads. So.
Was that a lead or was that from like an advertisement? I don't know.
Those, I really don't know where they come from.
Because
No.
he just called you and be like, give me house Granbury, $100,000.
Pretty much. I would have had one to sell them like 2 weeks ago.
Huh?
I would have had one to sell them like 2
Yeah, we
weeks
had a bunch a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Yep. Will you go turn down the AC for me a little bit? Just a couple degrees? I'm sweating. Thank you. So, let's see.
You want me to turn off the lights?
Nah, you're good. You can leave them on. All right. Let's see what we got working on. All right, so we're gonna get into some leads today. Just trying to decide which ones I want to do. Let's see. We're gonna go owner-occupied foreclosures in Texas. Let's do. Let's do Tarrant County. Let's see how many there are. 287 in Tarrant County that filed this month. Wow, that's a lot of pre-foreclosures. Let's export this CSV. We're going to stick this in our dialer. So we use Mojo Dialer. For those of you that have watched this live stream before, you know a Mojo Dialer is a dialer that we use to make triple dial calls, meaning we're basically uploading a big list and just burning through them. You may or may not have been on the receiving end of some of these triple dials, multi-dials, depending on whether or not you own property. It may not have necessarily been me, but I know that there's been many of instances where, you know, if you get a call and there's like a doop, you hear a little sound and a little pause, and then somebody starts talking, typically means that you were on a multi-dial. So, which isn't a bad thing. It's a marketing tool, obviously. You know, it really just depends on how you look at it. But you know, in this case, we are shooting for just talking to as many people as we can. Create a new calling list here. I'm gonna call it Tarrant County May foreclosure filings. We're going to call 2 people. File May. There we go. Next. Property C. So now we're going to come in here and fill in their phone numbers. So a mobile phone. One. Cell phone 2. Cell phone 3. I get up to 5 phone numbers with the tool I use to pull these lists from. And again, we're doing these in bulk, so there's not always a ton of accuracy behind these. We try and get as accurate as we can, but you know, things shake out the way they're going to shake out. So we're going to email address 1, email address 2, email address 3, address 4, address 5, email address 6. Okay. So all I'm doing is I'm actually uploading all this information into here. So that way we can just hit go and we will start dialing. So let's go. Original loan balance is going to be original loan amount. Mortgage month, line, purchase amount, mortgage year. built. First name, their last name. See, that's where we almost got messed up there. Close this out. Okay. Your first name. Your last name. Perfect. So I'm saving in this template. This is kind of one of the things that's taking me so long because I want to make sure that I get all this stuff put in right. I'm going to add a new miscellaneous field, and we're going to say auction date because we are calling foreclosures today. Date and time. Is there an auction date on here? Was that?
What?
Yes, I've got one. Thank you. Ooh, it says there's an auction date on here already, and I don't see it. Multi-line March months. Thank you. Thanks, sir. Auction date. Gonna be auction date time. Perfect. And I think that's all we need other than estimated value. Square footage. Estimated home value. Perfect. Save template. We'll call this E.
How long you want to lead your today?
Let's do at least an hour.
At least it.
Yeah, we're gonna go on the dialer today, so let's see how that works.
Want to go around?
We're gonna lead gen on the dialer today, so we should be able to crank out some good contacts here in a pretty short amount of time.
The dial. Oh, the dial.
Triple dial. Yep.
Yes, sir. We got anything after that?
No?
Straight Legion today.
Straight lead gen today. I want to go ahead and schedule sales training today also.
Today?
Mm-hmm.
What time?
You tell me. Look at the calendar and see what works.
The whole day is free. Today.
Well, not for today. I'm sorry. We'll schedule it for sometime this week.
Oh. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. We
Okay.
got Tuesday. Anything after 9?
Anything after 9 on Tuesday?
Anything after 9. Wednesday's pretty booked. We got 8 to 10:30.
Let's do Thursday. What's on Thursday? June 1st?
No, nothing.
Yeah, let's do Thursday.
Absolutely.
I like that idea.
What time?
Let's do it after Legion. Let's shoot for 11:30 to 1:30. It's gonna be a 2-hour sales training.
11:30.
And make sure you invite the whole team. So Ricky, Andy, Jackson, Eric, my brother. I'm missing people there, but yeah. Okay. So we're gonna call through some of these leads that came
I
in.
don't have their emails, do you?
So it's Ricky is just ricky.sowers@BeeryNiceHomes. He should pop up. Or I tell you what, go ahead and put it on the calendar and I'll add them real quick. And then when you go through there, just go look at their, that way you have something just in the future. Or if you want to look at the team meeting, they're all on the team meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Team meeting was on Wednesday.
Yep.
Oops. Okay, I'm gonna save it,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go here, pull out everybody's thing. Okay, I can just copy and paste too. Let's go.
Perfect. Oh, you can just copy and paste right from there?
Yeah, I just gotta, every time I add someone, I
Okay.
save it.
Got it.
And then exit out of it. Go to team meeting. Copy. Edit. And Marcus.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
And I have them one by one now.
That's all right.
Yes, sir.
So there's a couple of these leads I want to call real quick before we get started, just because they came in recent. Boom.
And okay, I added everybody.
Perfect.
Hello?
Yes, hi. Is this Mr. Cox?
Who?
I was looking for Howard Cox.
Speaking.
Hi, Mr. Cox. This is Chris Beery. I'm with B&H Realty. You spoke with one of my associates a few days ago about your property there on River Run.
Yeah.
They mentioned you may be looking to sell that one. I was hoping you could catch me up to speed. What's your plans?
You know, I don't have a plan.
Okay.
I've been offered, several offers to sell.
Okay.
I mean, I've not ever had a offer, is put in front of me. I
Okay.
mean, it's people wanting to know if it's for sale, so.
Gotcha.
And I just been weighing my options.
I hear you. If you did sell it, is this your home? Would you have to move?
Yes, I would.
Okay. Is that something that you'd be ready to do if we got you an offer that made you happy, or would you need a little bit of time?
I probably have to have a little bit of time because I'm older, and I don't know if your associate told you, but I mean, this house is very livable.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, there is stuff that, needs to be done, but it's very livable.
Gotcha.
And it's also on 1.77 acres, and it's got the joining 1.77 acres. So you got like over 3.5 acres.
Okay.
Got trees, porches, 2 storage sheds, a carport.
Wow.
Um,
What?
It's a mile from the lake and a half a mile from the river.
Okay. Well, I definitely like where it's at, and I definitely like the amount of land that you got with it. What did you have a number in mind for it that you would jump on, or what were you thinking?
Well, I don't as yet.
Okay.
You're being the first one for me to consider, to think
Sure.
about the offers.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to peddle anybody down or none of that.
Sure.
You probably, you resell, right?
It really depends. If the area is nice enough, I do keep quite a few of the things that we buy. So it just really depends. If it's livable right now, I'll probably keep it for a while.
Well, I'm thinking, it's on the Fort Worth side, so that's a plus.
Yep.
And there's a lot of reasons. I mean, it sets off the road, the main road out here, about 300 foot.
Right.
Basically, my next door neighbors on one side to the side is probably about 350 foot, and the other one's probably about 300
Okay.
foot.
What can you tell me about the home itself?
The home itself I bought brand new.
Okay. Good.
It came with these double windows. It has a metal roof I had put on.
Okay.
My wife has painted it, and it's a lot for an old man to mow. I went to the
Sure.
hospital
Oh, man.
back in 20, and I died 3 times. And I
Goodness.
got past all that and redone. Got to where I could learn how to walk and talk and shave and all that other stuff. And I'm the caretaker right now because my wife's having back problems and she needs surgery. And I'm like,
Goodness.
yeah, I'm thinking there's got to be, I don't know, some kind of easier or,
Yeah.
some kind of middle for us. We're getting on up there.
Sure.
And I just don't want nobody to take advantage of me, but I want,
Of course not. Yeah.
I can tell you about the home itself. It's been remodeled. It's with the exception of the back 2 bedrooms is a 3-2. The back 2 bedrooms, the floor, and the bathroom, to those, the floor, all the other houses had that expensive, overpriced flooring put down.
Yeah, the luxury vinyl plank.
Yeah, the $100 stuff. Well, it's a mobile home.
Yeah. Doesn't need all that.
Well, I've got the stuff. I just can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I
I
hear you.
can't finish them 2 bedrooms because if I get down on the floor, I'm not gonna get back up too easy.
I get you. Yeah, I definitely don't want to get stuck.
I mean, I could hire somebody probably,
Right.
but a lot of these folks, if you don't buy the flooring from them, they don't want to do
To install it. Yeah. No, I run into that all the time. Okay. Well, I'm certainly interested in it. It definitely sounds like you folks probably need something that's going to be a little bit easier to manage for y'all. When's a good time that I could come by and take a look at it, and maybe we can shake down some numbers and a timeline that works for y'all?
Well, I mean, I want this to be understood that I don't want to be obligated if I don't like the figures.
Not at all. No, sir. Most of the time, I'm just coming out there to give you all information so you can make a sound business decision. Sometimes we're able to shake hands and say, hey, I like the deal that you're willing to give me, and you like the deal I'm willing to give you. But in the event that we can't come up with a number that serves us both, that's perfectly fine. I'm not in the business of twisting your arm to make you do something that doesn't make sense. My job is just to give you options so you guys can make an educated decision.
Well, I'm going to tell you also, the house has got the same air conditioner which works.
Okay.
And like, had air conditioning people out here in the past,
Sure.
and then I do maintenance on it myself, or did.
Right.
I just got out the other day to clean it up, and the leaves fall inside there, but the house does have, the metal roof, which, that helps out. But there is a couple new window units that I put in. They're just window units. I mean,
Right.
they're brand new.
Right.
We like it, like, if it's really, really the August dog eat dog day. I guess that's why this air conditioner lasts so long,
Right.
because it's had to help from the little window units,
Oh yeah, that keeps them running. That keeps them alive.
so it didn't have to work so hard. I don't know. It's got trees. It's got like pipe water faucets exterior on the outside, none of the lot
Right.
around the house. Well, I don't really know what to add to that. I mean, we kept it painted with an oil-based paint because I won't have any of that water-based business.
I hear you. I hear
It
you.
don't last long.
Sure.
It's not, the greatest house, but it's pretty decent.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm certainly interested in it.
Got central heat and air, it does. I mean, it works.
Right. It's taking its time. And
It's
that,
just, I've had the inner unit replaced. The hot water heater's been replaced 2 years ago.
okay. And it's still working fine?
Yeah, it's only 2 years old.
Okay.
The one before that, I used to get about 7 years out of a hot water heater.
Wow. Okay.
I ain't talking about the cheapo.
Right. No, I hear you. Okay.
That's
Well-
aggravation if you go by and do that.
Sure. Okay. Well, do you guys have some time for me where I could come by like this week and see if I could take a look at it, or what were you thinking?
I could ask the missus.
Yeah.
You working today? Well, that's a silly question. You're on the phone.
Yes, sir. I promised my wife I wouldn't go on any appointments today. She let me come into the office for a few hours just so I could touch base with some of y'all that had spoken with us over the weekend. And
I'll tell you what works best for me.
okay,
And that would be me to take your name down.
Okay.
Your number, because we have upcoming appointments, and I don't want to get tangled up with them.
I understand.
Because they're too dang hard to get.
Yes, sir. I understand. Yeah, I definitely want you to make sure you can keep those. Okay. Well, yeah. Do you have my phone number? Can you see it on your caller ID?
Well, no, I'm old school. I don't have caller ID because the phone company made me mad, and I don't want to pay an extra $20 a month for the damn shit.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's fine. Is this a cell? Is this a cell phone number or is this a home phone?
This is my home phone.
Okay.
What is your name?
My name's Chris Beery, Beary.
B what?
Beary.
Chris?
Yes, sir. Chris, Chris.
Yeah. All right, what's that number?
It's 817-600.
What?
817-600. Okay, 600-2077.
Every time you say 817, you're kind of fading out. I don't know what the deal is.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's 817-600-2077.
Okay. 817-600-2077.
Yes, sir.
That's what easy number to remember. You told me that to begin with. I've been on it.
Sorry about that. All right. Well, yeah, if I don't hear from you by, let's say, the end of this week, can I touch base with y'all?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I'll do that. I appreciate it, Mr. Cox. Thank you for taking my call. Let me know what the missus has to say, and if I don't hear from you before Thursday or Friday, I'll give you another shout, okay?
What'd you say the name of your company was?
It's cute. You'll like it. It's my last name, Beery Nice Homes.
Okay.
Yep. And it's spelled just like it sounds. My last name, Beary, and then Nice Homes.
Oh, okay. That's kind of catchy. Well,
My daddy came up with it, so I can't take too much credit for it.
Well, that's good, though.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right,
I'll be
Mr.
talking.
Yes, sir. You have a good one. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Nice. That'd be a nice little property.
Yes, sir. I know you wanted to get his appointment today. Really badly.
It's all right. Yeah. No, that's okay. Folks like that, it's really just about developing like trust in a relationship with. So anytime I get the opportunity to follow up with someone, I like to take it. Now, if I can get the appointment, great. But if it's hey, I'm gonna promise you that I'm gonna call you on this day, I like doing that also, because I'm gonna call him on Thursday and say, hey, Mr. Cox, it's me again. It's Chris Beery. We spoke on Monday. I told you I'd call you if I hadn't heard from you. And he's going to say, I really appreciate it because I forgot. That's okay. And we'll set the appointment for either that day or the next day.
Builds a relationship, even if it's a small one.
Yeah. Well, because people at the end of the day, they don't want to do business with folks that are
Correct.
just random, that are just spraying and praying. They want to do business with folks that take it seriously, that follow up on their leads, that treat their business like a business. So, and most importantly, do what they say they're going to do. So
Yeah.
it's the first opportunity I get to keep a promise with someone. So I like to capitalize on it if I can.
Because, I mean, I feel like other people treat these people as numbers.
They do.
And then, for sure, like, what I realize you do is you treat them like how they're meant to be treated, like people.
Yeah, because they are people, right? Like we're
Obviously.
yeah. We want to make sure that they understand that we're here to help.
Mhm.
We're here to help.
It's
You
kind
know.
of like musicians. When
Yeah.
they see their crowd, they can either see their fans
Right.
or numbers.
Right. And I mean, it's good to pay attention to the numbers. It's good to be aware of the numbers.
For sure.
Numbers at the end of the day are very important.
For sure.
But
What's his name? I thought they said Voldemort.
no, close. Vandervoort.
Dude,
Vandervoort.
that would have been so cool.
Oh, here we go. This will be a listing, I'm sure. The zip code
What is that? Oh, it's
76016. Yeah, I'm gonna call this other lead here real quick though.
76016. 76.
It's over by Martin.
I think I used to live kind of around there.
Probably.
I'm not sure.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Hello,
Yes, hi. Is this Angela?
it is.
Hi, Angela. My name's Chris Beery with B&H Realty. You spoke with one of my associates a few days ago about your house on Tave Court.
Okay.
They mentioned you might be looking to downsize and sell that one, and I just wanted to touch base and see what the plan was.
You know I'm an agent, right?
Did not know that, no.
Yes. No, I'm an agent. So if I sell it, I will be the one who lists it.
Oh, okay. Awesome. I don't know if
Okay.
Sure. Sounds great, Angela. I appreciate you taking my call.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bloop. Trash. Hey, no attitude at all. So thanks for saving me the time. I love it. Say that first. I don't recognize her name though, but that's okay.
How do you tell if someone's an agent or not?
You can just look it up.
Really? I mean, I don't think I can.
What's that? Yeah, Trek.
Trek?
Yeah, you can look them up on Trek.
Me? I can do that too.
Yeah, Trek's public. Anybody can look people up on Trek.
How do you,
Trek.state.gov, I think. Let me see.
how do you spell Trek?
TREC. Trek.texas.gov.
Dot.
So we can actually look her up. I'll show you. So we've got Angela Vandervoort. Let's see how long she's been licensed. So
Angela Voldemort.
Voldemort, yeah. So you got a license name or license number search, and I'm just gonna go. You want to go last name first? So Vandervoort, Angela. And let's see. How long have you been an agent, Angela? Let's find out. She's been an agent
I want to
since
assume a long time. but
2001,
Oh, wow.
02.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. About the same length as my dad. What's her license number? Yeah, a little bit longer than my dad.
Sheesh.
Yeah, cool.
You can see where she works for too.
Yep. Their sponsoring broker, cell phone number, her license expiration date. Looks like she just renewed. So, yep. I know. Stop it. Sorry. That's all right. That's what
Richard Mike. He has two first names.
Richard Milk.
Milk?
Milky.
Milk, actually.
Yeah.
I thought they said Mike.
Oh, Milky. Kitchen needs upgrade. Needs new paint. No repairs needed. On Angelina Court. Let's give him a call.
Yes, sir.
This guy's just brand new.
What hair did you take?
He just came in 30 minutes ago. Not even. I'm sorry, 7 minutes ago.
Damn.
So we're gonna call him quick.
On 10 toes.
Good. Let's see here. Looks like it's a home in De Cordova. Oh wait, De Cordova or De Cordova Bend? You know, it's funny. This is actually
Next to your uncle's house?
no. Here we go. It's in De Cordova Bend.
What's the difference?
In this case, it doesn't look like there's gonna be one. Which reminds me, I need to go ahead and schedule a cleaner for my house. Let's see. Only so much research I can do before we just go ahead and call them. Let them tell me everything I need to know.
Mm-hmm. You can look up as much information as you want, but at the end of the day, if you ask them, they have all the information.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yes, hi, Richard.
Yeah.
Hey, Richard, this is Chris Beer. You just spoke with one of my associates there about your house on Angelina Court South.
What was the question?
Just wanted to see if you were still interested in selling it. I got some notes here saying you might be thinking about it.
Oh, are you with the lady that called this morning?
Ann, yeah, she's one of mine. I'm just following up on her. She sent me a note over saying to give you a call that you might be thinking about selling.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Well, catch me up to speed. What's your plan?
But are you buying it to resell it or what?
Well, it just depends. Sometimes we keep them as rentals. Sometimes we buy them and resell them. It just depends on what the deal is. Sometimes I'll try and twist your arm and get you to put it on the market if it's a good enough deal for you. Really, it's just my job to give you options.
I'm not really, I'm considering moving in the next 2 or 3 months, but, why don't you call me back in about 30 days? And,
Okay.
well, we might go from there.
Okay, that sounds good, Richard. I'll do that. And just help me out real quick so I don't pronounce your last name wrong. How do you pronounce that?
My last name?
Yes, sir.
Milky.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, Richard. Well, I've got you down here, and I'll give you a call in about 30 days or so, okay?
Good deal.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. I was right. It was Milky.
Huh?
It was Milky.
If they ask you that question,
What's that?
do you like that question? Are you buying it to resell it?
I like the answer. It depends.
You like the answer? It depends.
It depends. Sometimes, yeah. A lot of the time, yeah. Sometimes we keep them.
So what if they hear that and they're like, yeah, I don't want to sell it to you anymore if you're gonna resell it?
Rarely happens. Most of the time, they don't really care.
They just want their money.
There are a few people that might care because they're concerned about their neighborhood and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes we just have to assuage them that, like, you know, we're reselling it after we add value. So I'm not just going to turn around and, you know, I'm going to get it dressed up for the market and do all the things that they wouldn't want to do. Because sometimes putting it on the market, even as is, there's plenty of houses that will buy and put on the market as is, but we're doing something that they don't want to do, which is listing. They don't want to show the house. They don't want to go through listings, open houses, negotiating contracts. They want to find their buyer, and then they want to be done. And then what happens after that? Most of the time, I don't care. As long as they get what they want and they're happy with the situation they're getting, then they're cool with it. Man, I can see the gray hairs in my video and my live stream today. That makes me sad. I'm getting old, man.
You're getting what?
I'm getting old.
I don't. That's not true because I have gray hairs too.
Do you really?
I swear to God. Everyone tells me, but I don't think you can tell because I have a bun.
Yeah.
But everyone tells me like you have gray hairs. You have gray hairs. I don't know if it's gray or silver, but
You think I'll be able to ever convince you to get your hair cut? Like,
yeah, you can convince me. I've done it. I've buzzed before.
You've
it was
buzzed it
longer than
before?
this, and I buzzed completely.
really?
Yeah, but I mean, would I do it anytime soon? Probably not.
Yeah. You'll need. Yeah. I'll tell you what. You'll have to pick a professional hairstyle before we pay for your headshots.
Oh, I have to take headshots. I forgot.
We all need headshots. Yeah, we're overdue for them. I have one that I've been using. It doesn't look like me. So, I changed.
So I would have to get a haircut.
Yeah, I would say get a haircut. Set a goal. Get as headshotable as you want to be.
I mean, I could always just. Oh, are you talking about like in general, just have my hair look better, or like in
Yeah.
the sense of
Column A, column B.
come again?
Column A, column B. Little column A, column B. Hey, Julie, what's going on? I'm sorry, I didn't even see your Exactly, Julie. How was I supposed to know that she was an agent? I got people messaging me. So if they don't want me to resell it, it really just depends. Because honestly, again, here's the deal. You know, my question is, you know, what do you guys do? Are you just going to buy it and resell it? You know, most folks typically what they are looking to find out is, am I going to make them like a low offer? If they're asking me if I'm going to make them a low offer, then what I'm going to tell them is I'm going to buy it for what I believe it's currently worth. You know, what I'm willing to buy it for and what they're willing to sell it for if that's a number that makes them happy, what I do with it after I own it is kind of my business. And they understand that. Some folks, if they don't want me to resell it, I'll just tell them we can talk to you about listing the property. But if you're talking about selling it directly to me or selling it directly to really anybody who's an investor, I mean, there's no control you have over it after we close. At least with me, I'll let you know up front what we're going to do with it by the time I get there. Normally I have to take a look at the house and say, hey, you know, if this, I have it in my notes that this property kitchen needs upgrading, it needs some paint, needs some repairs. It's in De Cordova, so for it to get full market value, we're probably going to have to add value to it. So if we're adding value, then that typically means that we're going to be looking to get that value back out of it. And De Cordova is not the friendliest neighborhood to have a rental property. So mostly because the HOA, the dues are expensive. It's just not a place I'd love to have a rental property if I had a choice. So, you know, if folks are talking with me to begin with, honestly, they probably really don't care. There's a couple of people I've come across over 8-10 years that really, really didn't want to sell the house to an investor, and that's fine. But it means in those instances, it's like, that's okay, we can talk to you about listing on the market. And just keep in mind, even if you list it on the market, likelihood is that you're probably going to find a nice owner occupant. You're going to find someone who's going to buy it, live in it, do whatever they will with it. But they're going to sell it someday. Whoever you sell it to is likely going to sell it someday. And so that's typically my response I'll give them. It's like, you know, if they ask me, like, are you buying it to resell it? And that really comes down and they're really hammering down on that question, I'll tell them eventually. Yes, I will sell it eventually. And eventually could be next month, could be next year, could be next decade. So really the answer to the question is, if you're just going to buy it to resell it, I don't want to sell it to you. I was like, then you probably don't want to sell it to anybody, because everybody you sell it to is probably eventually going to resell it. That's the deal. Very few people own properties for their whole lives. Some people do, but very, very, very few people own properties their whole lives. So even me, you know, for as many deals as we do, as many properties as we buy, I have very little emotional connection to any of them. For the right price, I'd sell them all.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like the only emotional.
I have a couple of emotional homes, and I don't own them yet. One of them is like my aunt's house. I've been hammering that guy for pretty much my entire real estate career. And if I bought that house, I'd probably never sell it.
Really?
Unless it was to one of my cousins.
That would only.
You're welcome, Julie.
That would only work for. The only house I have like that is my old childhood house.
Right. So like I don't like my parents' house. My brother has an emotional connection to, but I don't. I don't. And even when it comes to like inheritances and stuff like that, like I love my parents and I know that they're probably doing their best. I'm doing my best to be able to have a nice size inheritance for my kids someday whenever I pass. But as far as I'm concerned, my parents could use it all up. It's their life. It's their lifetime. They work very hard to get what they have. If they wanted to use it all up, cash out and finish the day with nothing in the bank account, it's fine with me. You know,
I mean, I feel like they deserve it at the end of the day.
yeah, it's theirs. It's theirs. They worked for it. I'm not really too interested, and that's why I say, you know, I think I've told my parents even pretty early on in my real estate career, I didn't have much of an emotional attachment to their house, other than it's just the place I grew up. But if they told me like, hey, we're going to sell it, I'd be a little bit sad. And then that's about it.
How long did you live in that house with them?
My whole childhood.
Really?
Yeah, just about my whole childhood.
Oh, so you really.
That was like the house. Yeah, that was the house I grew up in. And I take that back. There is one house that I have an emotional attachment to. Mm-hmm. There's and that I don't own yet. And I might not ever own, but it's the property that my family owns, that my uncle owns up in New Hampshire. That's one that like we're having conversations about, and it's like if that one were ever to change hands, I would rather it stay like with me, and I would never sell that one. That one would go to my kids and their kids and their kids and their kids. Like I don't really have an emotional attachment to many pieces of property except for that one, just because that was like childhood memories. I had bunch of cool things that happened there. My family still really enjoys it up there. My kids love it up there. So just for the purpose of maintaining like a little bit of, and it's not even like my grandparents bought that house when they retired from New York. So it's not even like a house that like anybody really grew up in, so to speak, but it was a family home. It's in the Lakes region in New Hampshire. It's a beautiful property. I've been going there since I was a little kid. My kids have been going there since they were little. We're probably going to go back at some point this year to go check on the house itself and things like that. So like that one I have an emotional attachment to. But pretty much everything else that I'm buying as investments, if I get a right offer for it, I'll resell it. So let me go ahead and take notes on Richard real quick. Spoke with Richard. He is planning to sell, but asked that I give him a call in 30 days. So go ahead and schedule this for 1 month out. Save. And I think that is all the leads that I had that I wanted to call out of this. I think everybody else here I've called. Oh, no, not this one. Oh, never mind. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get on the dialer. We did all that work. It took a while for everything to upload. Everything's uploaded now, so we're going to go ahead and get in here.
What is that? Is that Mojo?
What's that?
On Mojo?
This is Mojo. 43 leads without a phone number.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool. How can I... I'll have to go mess with those later.
Can you not?
The ones that don't have phone numbers automatically, they're great because then we can individually skip trace them. Because if this system isn't giving me a phone number, it's not giving. We talked about how like these lists have competition. The best leads are the ones that are harder to skip trace.
Oh, because if they don't.
What's going on, broski? What's that?
I can't find shit for that.
What do you mean you can't find shit today?
Nothing on Facebook, nothing on Facebook Marketplace, but I should click on. I know. I'm bored.
Did you call pre-foreclosures?
No, I did.
Probates?
I did,
Expireds?
sometime a few days ago, like last week, I did foreclosures.
So today, there are 14 new expireds and 4 new canceled.
I thought it was the first.
The first is when the most of them will come on, but you could call expireds every day. Yeah, I just call the first of the month the expired day because most agents write their listing agreements to expire on the last day of the month. So like at midnight, they all go expired. So if you come in first thing in the morning on the first, which is a couple days away, it's full. But it's almost too much. It's like more than you can call. At least now, 18 properties. And some of them are even like, I wouldn't call some of these. So like Fort Worth, Dallas, Ovilla, I'd call all those. Probably wouldn't call in Allen because I don't feel like driving to Allen. Probably wouldn't call Eustis because I don't even know where Eustis is. Colony, same deal as Allen. I would drive out there if the deal was right. Brookston, no idea where that is. Marshall, I know where Marshall is. Still don't want to go there. Emory, Sweetwater, both far. Greenville's far. Plano's far. So like on this list, there's like 5 I would call. That I would call. And then on canceled, Euless and Dallas. And there's one in University Park that like, again, maybe I'd call it. And that's just today. I mean, if I look at the last 3 days, there are 69 expireds and 93 canceleds. So, like, they're always there. They're always there. There's always plenty. Foreclosures, pre-foreclosures, I was just looking at. There's a bunch. Probates, there's always a bunch. Divorce leads, which I actually probably need to pay for my account. Did I ever add you to the divorce lead account? Okay. I'm scheduling sales training for next Thursday. Or for this Thursday. You got it? Okay. We're going to go over all our lead sources all over again because I think last time I covered it, you might not have been here yet or you might have been in school. So.
Yeah, I was in school.
Okay. Hey, Ashley, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
I saw your email, so
Yes.
let me see what we need from you, but I don't think we need much. So
Yeah, I reached out to my insurance agent, so he should have the.
yeah, that'd be the only thing that you would need to
Okay.
work on. Yeah. So you
Cool.
should be good. What day do you want to close?
I'm gonna go take a look at it today, because the tenants just moved out yesterday, so I just want to make sure that they didn't pour concrete down the toilets or anything like that. But probably
Totally.
like Wednesday or Thursday. Thursday
Yeah,
might be best.
That's totally fine.
Okay.
Thursday may be preferable for Tiffany only because
The
Wednesday's
holiday.
the 31st, and that's always like busy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's close it June 1st. I'd love that. Cause then,
Okay, cool.
What? My first payment won't be till August or do July.
Whatever you want, we could add the month of June in,
Let's
and then your first payment could be August 1st.
let's do that because I might stick. Again, like I'll let you
Yeah.
know by the end of the day today, but I might just be sticking
fine.
this one right back on the market. So.
Whatever you want. We're easy, you know that.
Oh,
Do you have anything else that you're looking at right now that we can help you with?
I've got one in Mansfield that's not moving. I'm trying to get the contract moved and it's not going anywhere. It's also a double wide, but it's manufactured and it's in a good neighborhood. So I'm waiting to hear back. I got one guy that I think you've actually ran him before. He's one of my buddies from jiu-jitsu that he wants to buy it. If he doesn't buy it, I might need to close on it.
That's fine. Whatever you want.
Cool.
Keep me posted.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you.
All right. Likewise. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye. Can you do me a favor, Ollie? That address, will you put on my calendar for 4 o'clock tomorrow?
4 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Anyway, what I was saying was, yeah, we'll do sales training on Thursday. I've got 2 hours blocked because I think we're kind of overdue for it. We're finishing up the book. Oh, have you been reading the book that we got? I believe you.
I got a lot to.
I get it.
I've been reading my prep course book, so.
Good.
I can't really.
And you haven't scheduled your test yet, right?
No, I'm doing that tomorrow because I have prep tomorrow and I think the day after. So.
Tuesday and Wednesday? Okay, cool. Yeah, that prep class is really what you paid for. Like, you paid for 2 things with Champions, right? Like, you paid for the 6 certificates and the prep course. Like, the 6 certificates, you needed the like, I'm sure you got that feeling, man. Were those classes hard?
No,
What were you getting on your quizzes?
like hundreds.
Yeah, right. So,
I redid one because I had one in late. Like one day, I'm not sure. Oh, I went to property. Okay.
oh, cool.
Or something.
Yeah,
But I did it like 4 days later, like after like a crazy weekend.
right.
Still got 85. Didn't even read anything. Like didn't touch up on it. I was like, fuck it, I'll just take it.
How much of it does it feel like you're learning how to sell real estate?
How to sell?
Yeah.
Not a lot. Not a lot of it is about selling.
Yeah.
It's mostly just about material.
Yeah. It's mostly how not to get sued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Which is good. Like,
Mentioned that a lot.
yeah, like, here's how you get
Just at
sued.
4 o'clock.
Just the 4 o'clock, yes, please. Sorry, I've got you down. See you tomorrow. Cool. I'm gonna show you how to put people into Boomtown this week also. Will you be at the sales training on Thursday? You should be.
Yeah, just a Wednesday.
Okay. Okay.
Wednesday I'll be here from like 8 to 11ish.
Okay. Once you schedule your test, we'll add you to Boomtown and get you a Very Nice Homes email too. So
Oh yeah, just
get you all official.
also,
Yeah.
when are we leaving here today?
When I'm done with this.
Okay, so
Why you guys-
not today. Tomorrow, if we have time, slide text for him and also
I know,
contact
man.
him for Andy.
Yeah.
What is it? Cartake?
So SlideText is still,
Contact them for
yeah,
Andy.
SlideText still has like 3 of our accounts down.
Yeah.
Um,
But, I mean, it's been a long time.
it has been a long time. I'm almost over them, but I'm not over them because they're, for like what we spend, they're pretty cheap. And then I found a new lead source that I'll probably be testing it for the next week or 2. But if it pans out okay, then we'll have as many probate, pre-foreclosure, auction leads as we want. So
I don't like that, please.
it's supposed to be better. It's supposed to be better, but it's not. I'll show it to you real quick. I got it up right here. It's called Real Estate IQ.
Listen,
Yalla Habibi.
yeah,
So yeah, they're just off-market leads. So they're just leads lists, and I paid for like the premium package. So like pre-foreclosure, probates, heirship, tax sales, evictions, divorces, loan mods, appointment, substitute trustees, lease pendants we don't really have here, so you won't see any there. Notice of default we won't really have here because Texas is a non-disclosure state. But like, let's go back to pre-foreclosures. So like I can pull. So if I just look at auction date, let me clear this out. Let's look at Shashanghao. If I go just the month of July, come on, baby. And let's do Tarrant County. So here's 119 filings that are foreclosing in Tarrant County in July.
So they just
And these are
took it off the website.
Yeah, yeah. These get scrubbed from the courthouse website, and they're already skipped.
Okay.
So like if I I just uploaded, that's what I'm saying. I'm testing it out even before I send this to like any of the cold callers or anything like that. That's who I'm fixing to get on the list with right now. Is just Tarrant County. So you have two choices when it comes to the pre-foreclosure. You can either pull them as the auction date or the date that the filing got added, because sometimes things will get pre-foreclosure appointments of substitute trustee will get filed in a month, but the sale date isn't until 2, 3, 4 months later. And so I just pulled this list that I'm about to call as all of them that got filed in the month of May so far. So there might be some that get filed before Wednesday or Thursday, whenever it is.
So just kind of stick to, like, I don't know.
Yeah, for right now. And I mean, like this could be cold call. Really, one of the things that I'm looking at in some of the mentorships that I'm in is really stressing, of all things, door knocking these pre-foreclosures. Of all the things to do, they're like, cold calling works, texting works worse, which we knew. Like, calling somebody and getting voice to voice is always better than text.
Face to face is even better.
Face to face is the next evolution. Morning, buddy. How you doing? Yeah, I feel that. So, but yeah, this will be cool. It'll be a cool place to pull lists from, because if I just pull Texas, so the only Metroplex I paid for was Dallas-Fort Worth. But like, same parameters, just foreclosing in July, there's 227. And then if I just pull like all the ones that got filed in the month of May, no other restriction, just the filing itself, there's 900. There are 900 filings across DFW this month, so.
God, man, I showed so many fucking houses.
I heard, man.
It was a good time. They're a really sweet couple, really cool.
These are the out-of-towners?
Yeah. The house we're putting in a backup offer, but
Oh, yeah.
I'm so upset. I was like, fuck yeah, let's put in an offer. I called the listing agent. He was like, oh yeah, great, put in an offer. And he was like, wow, we just went under contract.
You missed it on timing?
Like
Man.
a day. They went under contract. So I showed them houses Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
And I showed them that house Thursday, and they went under contract Friday.
Yikes.
Because after I showed them houses, they're like, man, we really like that one.
Right.
Let's put in an offer. And then I reached back out to the agent. Because I called the agent after the first day, and I was like, hey, I just want to let you know that my clients really like your house. We showed a lot today. You guys are number one.
Wow.
I get some info. And he was like, oh, cool, yeah, send an offer if you want. And then it was the next day they went under contract, but I didn't.
Did they have a number 2?
No, they didn't. He told me that they don't have a backup right now.
Okay.
It's nice, but they-
Oh, I mean like the buyers. Did the buyers have a number 2?
No, they don't.
It was literally, there was one that floated to the top and everything else
Yeah,
was
everything
garbage.
else is that they would find something that they were just like, no. And
Deal
then
killer.
I had to go back out yesterday, actually, to show them one house. And I was like, I'm down, let's just fucking do it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I looking at it, it was very similar to the one that they
Yeah.
really liked. So I was like, this could be it. So I was like, let's fucking do it. And I forgot what about it they didn't like.
Repping buyers is a real grind, man. It's good. It's good experience. You learn so much about the market, but it's a real grind. That's why we don't target them
It
specifically.
took up a lot of time.
It's not that they take up a lot of time. It's just that buyers are like plentiful, right? They're kind of easy to come by, and they're like a buyer's gonna work you pretty hard. But again, you're learning so much about the market when you do it. It's absolutely worth.
Yeah,
the
dude,
time
honest, I
investment.
mean, like, it's been exhausting, but, like, they have been really nice. Like, they're like, a good price point. They're really,
But
like,
here's the thing, though. You know what the beautiful thing about that was? So, like, what was the price point? What was the area?
we were in Pecan Plantation in Indian Harbor. They
Yeah.
did not want Pecan Plantation mainly because
The transfer fee.
the HOAs they were kind of, but they were okay with it. They were higher over Pecan Plantation, but they didn't like how tight knit it was a community. It was on a golf course.
Do you know that Pecan Plantation has an HOA transfer fee?
Oh, I did not.
There's they call it an intro fee. It's to join.
Yeah, well,
It's between $4,000 and $6,000.
What? Okay, that's good to know. They kind of I showed them probably 4 houses at the Pecan Plantation throughout the weekend, and they kind of like after that they kind of just were like, we don't want to look at houses. Like they're really pretty, but they're like, we don't like how like tight knit.
Where are they from? Where are they from?
New Mexico. So the husband is an electrician, and I guess they've come out here for work a lot, and they just love it.
Cool.
And they want a vacation home, and then 2 to 3 years they want to move to it. So they're kind of looking for like a vacation and eventually.
And what was the price point?
They were looking from $350 to like $420, but they don't really want to do the 400s.
Okay.
And
That's a nice price range. Normally, if you were to say like 350 to 5, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be hard
Yeah.
to narrow down.
But their loan officer is kind of like not hard to get a hold of, but it takes a while to get shit. And her pre-qual she sent me isn't like a pre-qual. It's just a letter saying that they can afford the house. I mean, it's a pre-qual. She's got like her credentials, so I'm assuming she's got like, you know, like, I don't know their full pre-qual. And I was like,
Who's the bank? Do you know?
I don't. I texted her. She was like, oh, what do they want to put in an offer for? So she had to write. She's like, Brian and Alicia are putting in an offer of $350. So it's like I don't know what they are qualified for. She just sent a letter.
The window. Yeah.
And they wanted to put in lower than
ask price.
370. They wanted to put in at 350. Now it was on the market for 30 days.
Right.
And nothing was up. So I was like, maybe let's see.
Yeah. So from a real estate agent perspective, as far as like what you're doing right now, working buyers is some of the best market training you can do because you learn so many different things. For one, you're learning what properties exist and what price points. Do you think any of the ones that they didn't like, do you think they'll sell for the price point that they're asking for?
So I've noticed
like, were they being ridiculous? I guess
I don't know, not ridiculous, but I can definitely tell some of them were priced like to see. Like I felt like there are a lot of new builds. I was like, they look priced to see if they can get it.
Yeah.
There are like $210 a square foot.
Yeah.
It is like by the lake, but then the one that they wanted, it's Mojave Trail.
Yeah.
It's at 197. And
Wow.
I was like, that is like the best new build price we've seen. Everything's been over 200 a square foot for a new build.
That's why they sold it.
So that's why I was like, you know, I think like I would have liked for them to maybe go in at like 560, 20 is way too low below asking.
360?
Or yeah, 360, sorry.
Yeah.
I figured if we put it in at 350, they might not even accept it right away. They'd be like, let's wait and see if we get something.
For sure. Yeah.
But they're like, let's just try it.
That happened to yours. That's what sellers do.
Yeah, I was, you know, I told I was like, coming in like 10K below would be good.
Yeah.
Just, you know, see.
Sure.
And then they're like, let's try 350. And I was like, okay.
So I guess that's my point, is like doing what you're doing, you learn what's realistic.
Yeah.
You learn what's realistic for buyers' expectations, you learn what's realistic for sellers' expectations, you are learning just some of the psychology of, because the psychology of the market is always shifting. It's always moving a little bit. So when you're showing buyers, you're in it. You're plugged into like what people say, what people think, what they're willing to write offers for, what they're not willing to write offers for, what houses exist. Because like now, if that same exact buyer, let's say like you get a duplicate buyer, so that was Mr. Buyer A and Mr. Buyer B calls you tomorrow and says, I'm looking for a house in Indian Harbor, Pecan Plantation between 350 and 420, and I want it to be 1,000 square feet over everything that you just showed. You can tell them that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I know because I just showed those properties yesterday. That doesn't exist. So, like for me, I almost like I would still work buyers, and there's a way that you can do that by just like shopping the MLS, and you can just do it on your own. But again, just walking properties is really super valuable. Walking properties with like a retail buyer who's actually like wanting to buy a home, it just gives you a unique perspective that you don't really get anywhere else. So it's why it's one of the reasons why like I still highly value representing buyers, even though it is a beating, man. It's just such a beating. It's so hard.
The only like exhausting part of it is just back and forth. Like if it was like a year, I'm like down.
So here's my trick with that. When you have to make drives like that, find like a destination spot. Like find a place to eat down there that's like, I'm going down there, at least when I'm done, I'm gonna go grab some food and hit the road. Like that HEB down there has like a really cool little coffee spot. Me and Ali have had to drive down there a couple times over the last couple weeks. There's this little bakery called Baked. The place is delicious. Like whenever I have to go somewhere far and I just find a little destination spot that if I still have some gas in the tank and I still have some energy left, I'll go treat myself while being down there, right? Because then you have a little something to look forward to above and beyond, like, because you're already down there.
Yeah.
You're already like, it's an easy drive. It's not a crazy drive.
No, it's not. It's really not. But
it's still a drive.
It's still a drive, yeah. And one thing I really loved about them is they were fucking quick in the house.
I love that. Those are the best buyers.
Yeah, they knew. They like would look around. They're like, yep, no, yeah, and we were in and out. I don't think we were in a house more than 15 minutes.
So wow, that was.
Like we saw, I planned out. I did the first day was the most houses. We saw 7, and luckily they were like all in either Pecan Plantation or Indian Harbor. So it was like you go to one, just drive down the road. To the
Right.
other. But I was like planning. I like did all the showings to try to do like 30 to 45, and like I don't know. That first day was tough. That
Yeah.
first day was fucking tough, man.
Why?
Just I was scheduling. I was trying to get because I didn't know how they would be. So I was like trying to figure out like,
How many houses did you show?
total.
In one clip, what was the biggest clip? What was like the biggest?
7. I did 7
7.
in one day. I did 7.
Dang it.
I would make no stops. I'd be driving home just like with the radio off, just.
I did. No, I did that. It would be. I would get to like Fort Worth, and I would like realize, oh fuck, I should be sitting here in silence.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's burnout, man. That you can.
Luckily, they were burned out though too, because I was
Yeah.
planning like first showings each day were 10. I was really like expecting to be up there till like 3 or 4 in the
It was
afternoon.
just them two, right?
And they had their kids too.
Oh my god, they had their kids?
Yeah,
How old are they?
They were very young, like 3.
Oh, Lord.
But like they were
They were good.
They
Yeah.
were
Really
like
good?
they weren't like super well mannered, but like
Okay.
they weren't being crazy or
Wow,
anything. They
That's
were-
amazing, man. Like kids after 7 houses, I'd imagine like you'd have seen at least
They,
one temper
half
tantrum.
the houses they left them in the truck. I will
Nice.
say, but like when they were walking through the house, I mean, they were being kids, like kind of, but they weren't being like crazy or anything.
Sure.
So that wasn't a big deal. But we did the 7 one day, 5 or 6. We did like 4 initially, and then at the end of it, they were like, "Oh, can we go see these couples?" So I think we ended up doing like 5 or 6 the second day.
Okay.
And then I almost had to go back on Saturday. They sent me some homes, and then I looked at the HOA because I knew how much they didn't want to pay for HOA. They didn't want to pay more than like $100 a month for an HOA, and the 3 houses they sent me
That's
were
like all of them.
$150 HOAs.
Yeah.
And they were at Pecan Plantation. And so they were like, "Oh yeah, no. And then they found the one Sunday, and then they didn't like that one. But we're gonna put it in the backup offer. They actually called me when I was on my way here, and they were asking questions, but they're signing it. They're gonna send it over, and I'll put it in the backup offer and see what happens. But
Nice, man. Hey, you never
they'll
know.
be back though. They'll be back. They I guess the drive from New Mexico is pretty short, and they come out pretty often, and so they're
6 to 8 hours. Yeah, it just depends. Yeah.
So I mean, they're gonna look. I'm sure they'll be back in a week or 2.
Sweet.
Exciting.
Yeah.
They were all really nice, and I was like, it's exhausting, but the rapport building was good.
Absolutely. Yeah, you learn a lot. I'm telling you,
They
it's real
don't-
estate.
I don't know how New Mexico's real estate rules and shit is, but I mean, they have property, like they bought it, they have own a house in Mexico
Yeah.
and stuff, so, but they were asking like a lot of like, what is this option fee? What is this? And so I just don't know. They were asking a lot of
Working
questions.
with people who's know what they're talking about, it's a lot easier to work with.
I don't know, I like when people, oh, this is yours.
You like when people don't know what they're looking?
I
depends.
like when they don't know because then it makes
Really?
you look smarter.
Yes.
It does, yeah.
It's nerve wracking when they ask you something you don't know the question, but like they were asking a lot of like relatively basic questions, and it was just like, oh yeah, this is that, or like this is how we do that over here.
Yeah, that's kind of
Like they didn't know what a mud was, or
Yeah.
like how co-op was. Like what the hell is that? And so I had to explain them.
Yeah, and that's also kind of like regionally specific. You'll get some agents that like work up here and never do stuff like in any type of country town at all. Which like Granbury's already on the border of not being a country town anymore.
Because I mean, it's literally just like a local appointed authority for
Mm-hmm.
utilities, right?
Well, a co-op is exactly what it's a cooperative. So basically, you'll have like it's a private utilities as opposed to municipal
Right, and
utilities.
so everybody pays like the same.
Correct.
And then the mud district is like appointed people, like
You
a
know what it
small,
stands for?
Municipal utility district.
That's
yeah.
it? Yeah.
And so it's like appointed officials or something that agree on.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Or not agree? Is it like, do they have to make like a company? How does that work?
It's very similar to a co-op, but yeah, it's government ran. So basically, it's like it's instead of it being run by the municipality, it's a utility district that is it's a government sponsored institution that is affiliated with the city as opposed to being owned by the city. Yeah.
So it's more expensive, right?
Depends.
I was about to say, I was looking at it because they were asking, like, is that usually more expensive? And I was like, it kind of said, like, it depends. But I was
Yeah.
looking at it and it says, like, over the long term, it says it's traditionally cheaper.
Yeah. So you have
Traditionally cheaper.
so you have things like PIDs. So you have public improvement district, which like there's one in Midlothian right now
Those,
in
you
Greenway
get taxed
Trails.
a little bit more, right?
You get they treat it like a tax, but it's like tax instead of an HOA due. So like the HOA dues in that neighborhood are really, 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 really cheap because they're only taking care of the sign, but the park, the pool, and the landscaping are all getting taken care of by City of Grand Prairie,
That gets
and
taxed.
and they get taxed as a PID, which is way cheaper than it would have been if they was just a full blown HOA.
HOAs are, I explained that to them, like 70% HOAs are fucking pointless anyway.
They are. There's a lot of HOAs that like all they run is like the lit sign at the entrance of the neighborhood. What was that?
What kind of sign?
Like a neighborhood sign. You ever see those neighborhood signs like you're now entering Greenway Trails or whatever this is? Like it'll be like a lit neighborhood sign like right as you're driving into it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Most of the time those are like maintained by the HOA. And by maintained,
Literally.
change
So
change
they
light
don't do,
bulbs,
like,
plant
grass
flowers
and
in the
stuff.
spring
No,
at best.
like
Yeah.
those are like maybe in not even in like because my buyers were asking at pecan plantation about like the HOA. They're like, what is that? Did somebody come take care of the grass? I
So
was like,
pecan
no.
plantation is they do. They,
I was looking around. They had different like there was like 4 different lawn care services around. So I don't know if they're contract different ones, but
So I'm talking about like their common area. Common area
Oh,
pays
okay,
for the
sorry.
security, pays for also pays for the golf course maintenance and all that kind of stuff. So there's an airstrip in there that you get access to as part of that. So if you have like a private plane or want to fly on a private plane, you can access that airstrip. There's a grocery store in there that they actually give you a cart. Yeah, you didn't drive by it. You didn't notice.
Grocery store?
There's a neighborhood specific grocery store.
I
in
didn't.
there.
Yeah, we didn't go that deep into it.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's a maze. Did you see any deer?
No, but we saw some turtle. I saw a turtle on the road. I felt
Yeah.
bad. I wanted to save it. 'cause
Yeah.
it was trying to get off the curb.
Oh my god, my wife made me
Oh
do that
God,
the
you
other
should've
day.
I almost
So
stopped, but
no
they were like
agency.
driving behind me. And I was like,
don't let my auntie see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
make
told
some
them about
make
those
some turtle
HOA
soup.
fees. And they were like, they expected people to like come by and maintain. They're like, oh, somebody come by and do this. I was like, no.
No.
They just come by and tell you to do it.
Yeah.
If not, they'll fine you. And
Yep.
They're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's a nice, safe community.
Last time I was in Pecan Plantation, they gave me a speeding ticket.
Really?
I like got pulled over, and I was because I was going like 5 over, and it's a
Oh
neighborhood.
my god.
Just old people walking
Wow.
everywhere.
Because it wasn't the police, it was the neighborhood security, and they were like, if you come back in here, we'll pull you over and we'll like call the authorities. I'm like, really? So I paid it. It was like $150, which for like speeding ticket for 5 over and a little like
You'll have to pay it.
100, how much?
150.
Or they will call them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Wow.
I'm being honest. If I were you, I would not pull over. I would just keep going.
I thought about it. I thought about it.
Them, yes, but then they report him to the police, and so next time they see that.
Well, see, that's the thing is I actually did keep driving for a little bit because I saw it. It was just like a golf cart with lights. I was like, okay, obviously that's
Wait.
just somebody behind me, and they actually like she gave me a little like weep weep. I was like, oh what? I was like, do I have to pull over? And she was like, pull over. I was like, okay.
Oh my god! I
But
didn't
it was-
see any like. I saw people's golf carts, but I didn't see any like security driving.
Yeah. And she was a little security golf cart. I didn't notice until we pulled over and like I was looking in my rearview mirror and she opened the door and it said security. And I was like, oh man, what did I do? She's like, she was like, do you know how fast you were going? I was like, I don't know, 30, 35. And she was like, it's 30 here. And I was like, oh.
Have you seen the Dukes of Hazzard?
Oh yeah.
2005 one, like the newer one with the.
Yeah, what's her face? Yeah.
Do you remember when like they go through the campus? Do you remember that scene? They
No.
get pulled over in the Georgia campus. They were like at the University of like Atlanta. And there's a scene they get pulled over by campus security, and they go, you know how fast you're going? And he goes, I don't know, 8. And they go 10, and he laughs at him and just fucking hauls back. Just peels out. That's what you should have done.
I should have, man. But yeah, it's all right. I showed enough houses in there at that point where I was just like, I might need to come back here, so I'll be nice.
Yeah, real.
So
There's some cool houses. We also saw one. It was like an older. We saw like all the new builds, and there was like a
Yeah,
couple like of the
a lot of
like,
new
older
construction
ones
there.
that have been like remodeled. We saw one, and I thought they really like it because it was on the river. Like they had this house had a boat lift dock on the river. Like yeah, it was right fucking there, and the killer was the goddamn deck, man. The deck was like they had added rails, like you can tell the old wood and the new wood, but the deck was just like slightly tilted. And
Right.
they were like, and it was like the whole back of the house, and they were like, man, like this is really pretty and all, but like that's gonna be a project. And they're like, we don't want a project home. They just want to come out here and hang out.
How old
Yeah.
And then,
How old are
They
they?
were like 30s, 40s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'd say like late 30s, early 40s. But and then we go to the backyard and they're on the river. And I shit you not, a fucking water moccasin is just slithering across the lake.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
they're like, oh look, a fish, and I was like, that's not a fish. They were like, oh yeah, we gotta go. We immediately left.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, if they're from New Mexico, they got crazy shit out there. But I was like, being on the water out here, you gotta watch out for water moccasins, and like copperheads, cottonmouths, and like they like to live on like the edge of the water where all the brush is. And they don't have any brush. They don't have any brush on their property, but like
Nice.
just across the river, it's just like all thick brush. I was like, there's probably a bunch in there, and they're like, oh no, we have a kid. And they're like, this is annoying.
Yeah. So since y'all are here, I told you, I think look, you accepted it. We've got team meeting on Wednesday. Yeah. What is that?
I'll say it on the microphone.
Thanks, girlfriend. Is it a lemon bar? It looks like a lemon
It's
bar.
like a. Oh man, I should put it in the fridge.
Yeah, that'll do.
Wow, it's so fucking sweet.
That's very sweet.
It's not breakfast item.
But yeah, we're gonna do sales training. I got 2 hours blocked on Thursday. Cool.
Cool.
Does that work for y'all? I didn't see anything.
2 hours block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent out the calendar invite, so or Ali did. Thanks, Ali. So, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't think that would be that sweet.
No, it's okay. It's delicious. It just might
It's like
vomit.
it's a cake bomb.
I don't know what it tastes like. It tastes like a cake ball, but
It's a fucking. You guys.
giant square. Yeah. I have diabetes now. But I'm gonna plate for this.
I made a bunch of them, and we had like a pool party at one of the apartments, or like we all hung out, and everybody ate them, but like I didn't, because I just didn't want sugar. And I was like, damn, they must be really gas. And she's like, yeah, I saved you some. I'm like, hell yeah. It's a fucking sugar bomb.